Hello, and welcome to Inksoft training video number 1. My name is Joel, and I'm a customer success manager here at Inksoft. So let's jump in. By the way, if I'm going too fast, you're always welcome to pause the video. So here we are on your dashboard. This is your main menu, and then any stores that you create will be listed here. So first thing we'll go over is how to add products to your account. So starting from your dashboard, you're going to go to Products, Add New Product from Supplier Catalog. And then the products that you add to your account from the supplier catalog are then sent to Manage Products. So think of Manage Products as like your own personal catalog of products where you can make changes to them and set them up to do what you want. And we'll go over that. So in the supplier catalog, we'll just select our supplier here. Let's just go with Sanmar. You can filter here to see categories, manufacturers, or even recommended products. But what I'll do is just search a SKU. So let's say next level 3600. Here we are. And on this page you can select multiple products, but basically you'll just select the products you want, just check the boxes next to the product. And then copy products to my catalog is the only action you have here. So just select what you want, click apply. And voila. So now we'll go to Manage Products. And you've got similar options here. You can filter by supplier, manufacturer, store, category, other different filters. But for this, we'll just search the SKU. Okay. So on this page, if you manage to search, more than one product, like if I did a supplier search, that would bring in a lot more. You can select multiple products here and then, just check the boxes next to them, and then you can select action. And there's a ton of bulk actions you can do in this menu here. So just keep in mind, a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you on this one product here, you can actually do in this menu here as well. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So to look at this product in a, more detailed view, just click on the SKU here. Okay, so we're on the General tab here. I can adjust all this information if I want to. I can even change suppliers if I really want to. Let's see here. Available sizes. Generally these will come in the right order. If they ever come out of order, you can always click and drag to rearrange them, but it looks like we're good to go here. And then available sides, this is really important. So we have the front, back, and left sleeve checked, and right sleeve is not checked. So that tells me that every color that came with this product is going to have a front, back, and left sleeve and no right sleeve image. So if we go to colors and images, that's where we're going to see all the different colors. So for every color here, we've got the front, the back, left sleeve, no right sleeve. And as you can see, I can select the different sides here. And if I ever wanted to replace one of these images, I can just click on the side and then click upload and replace the image. So here's your recommended pixel dimensions for that. And it's also worth mentioning that some colors will come set to inactive, and that is intentional by the supplier. So if you ever see colors that are set to inactive status, you'll want to double check with your local supplier and make sure that they offer that color before you just come in and just turn them on or set it to active. You can also do bulk actions here, so you can select multiple colors, click this drop down. You can even select all if you want to. Or you can bulk apply, set everything to active or inactive. Get different options here. Oops. Okay. So store and category assignment. This is where you can assign a blank product like this one to a store. So any store that you create in your account will be listable, or will be listed here. So you can just select the stores you want the product to be available in, but you only want to assign products to a store, blank products like this one to a store, if one of the default blank purchase options here applies. So if you intend to sell blanks, you'll check buy blank and assign it to the store you want to sell blanks in. Design Online lets customers take it into the designer where you can, they can upload art, add text, and customize it. And then Design Details form, this option is a lot more limited. It just allows the customer to upload an image and then choose which side the image is supposed to be on, and then that's all they can do. So, printing capabilities. This is where you set up how you intend this product to be decorated. So if you only want to offer digital or DTG, you can, or if you only want to offer screen print or both. Keep in mind this embroidery option is just internal. It's just for you. It doesn't actually do anything if it's on or off. So, and then to the right here, we've got your pricing grids, which you can access here. So you can change the different print prices and setup fees and stuff like that that are applied to items. So if you want to make adjustments to your pricing grids, that's going to be at the top here, pricing, print pricing, and we've got digital and screen print pricing. So DTG grid or digital print, really simple. You have a min and a max quantity here. So these both were set to 1. So if I buy one shirt, then my print price per item per side is going to be $20. So if I do a front and a back, it's going to be additional $40 on top of the cost of this product here. And then one last thing you want to keep in mind with the digital print pricing grid is on the very last line of the max column here, you want to go up to a really big number. This is just what I do personally, but you just want to make sure that your numbers or your pricing is always going to be kicking in. Yeah, so we'll save that. And that's because if your maximum is exceeded, then we do have backup pricing that kicks in, but it's best to avoid that and just make sure that your personal pricing is always going to be kicking in. So here's the screen print pricing grid. You can see we've got a bunch of breaks here. It's kind of hard to read it, but if I change the break count to 8, just click this blue little swirly, it makes it easier to read. So break 1, break 2, so these are your quantity breaks, so quantity of shirt. If I ordered 50 shirts, I would be in break 4. And then you just follow it down vertically from there. So this first section here is for your setup fee. So if I did a 2-color front and a 4-color back, it knows what to do. So it's just going to charge $30 one time for the front and $60 one time for the back. So, and your customers will never see a setup fee, and they'll also never see a print price. All that they're going to get is an averaged cost. So that what the customer will see is cost per garment. So the setup fee will be averaged into or divided into the cost per garment. Same with the print price. So this is just the print price per item per side. So again, 2-color front, 4-color back. We're in break 4. Be $169 additional per shirt for the front decoration, and then $250 additional per shirt for the back. Go back to the product here, and then we'll go to the pricing tab. So those print prices that we saw both for digital and screen print would just be added on top of the garment costs here. And so this is just a blank price on the storefront, these numbers here. Let's see. So if you do use a fixed price, oops, there we go. As you can see, as the size increases, you're kind of eating into your profits a bit. So what you can do to mitigate that in a fast way, let's say, is use a pricing rule. So go ahead and do this one. Percentage markup on cost, and as you can see, once we go above $5, the markup percentage shrinks from 100% down to 85%. So you can see, you're still scaling up your prices based on how much it costs you. So if you want to make changes to your pricing rule, you can. That's going to be pricing, product pricing, and then pricing rules. So this one here, we have percentage markup on cost. So you can just define a range of costs. So this is how much the product costs you to order. So if it costs you between $0 and $2.50, apply 125% markup. If it's between $2.51 and $5, apply 100% markup, and so on and so forth. And you can add in additional fields here if you want to, as many as you want. Let's see, print regions. And this error here, we'll get to this in just a sec, just so you know. So print regions, if a product doesn't have print regions, then it can't be decorated by you or the customer. So it has to have print regions, but the good news is most products you're going to add, let's say 95% of them from the supplier catalogs are going to come with print regions already set. So this one we just have for the front side, we've got our front print region. So 12 by 12. You will notice it says 12 inches by 12 inches here. Just know these aren't actually relative to real world inch measurements. All that these numbers determine here are the dimensions of the design area. So if I click draw region here, we're just going to see a perfect square. It's actually off center, so I can just fix that real quick. Boop. You'll notice if I shrink it down, these numbers won't change. If I make it bigger, it won't change them either. But if I increase the height, then it will change the dimensions. So not actual real world inch measurements, it's just the dimensions of the design area. And then if I want to add a print region, just make sure you're adding it to the correct side here. So I'll hit the plus sign here. If I want to add a left chest, for example, select our width. We've got some pre-programmed in widths here that you can select from. So let's just do left chest 4 inch by 4 inch. Draw region. So this is just going to give us a square. And then we can shrink it down a bit. Boom. And save. And you'll notice I can't save. And that is because we have this error here. Primary colors required. So these are absolutely 100% required. And you can fix this error on the Colors and Images tab. So let me just show you what the primary color does. So these little preview splotches down here, you'll notice they're not exactly correct. They're not an exact match to the actual garment color, but they don't have to be. You just want to get them close enough to where it makes sense. So you hover over it like, okay, this is going to be green, this is going to be gray. So if it is missing though, it is absolutely required. But the nice thing is if you just click primary color here, it takes you to the product that needs a primary color. So what I would do here is just click into this little checker box and I can assign a primary color, and then now I can save. But in this case, it looks like the supplier didn't include any images for this color, so I can just select it and delete it. Same thing. Now we can still save. Save that. There we go. And to the advanced tab. So we do have inventory tracking, but there are some caveats that are important to keep in mind. So, and just to say it first, our recommendation will usually always be to not enforce inventory. And there's reasons for that. So if I enforce from supplier inventory, and by the way, our inventory system updates once a day, but we're not able to track every single supplier's inventory. So if you're curious if we have an inventory tracking, if we have inventory tracking set up for a specific product, just let your customer success manager know or call support, and we can find that out for you. But just keep in mind, most suppliers we can track inventory for, but not all. So if you do enforce from supplier inventory, it's also important to keep in mind that we can only track one supplier at a time. So you can see how that might cause issues here. If Sanmar is out of stock, but Alpha Broder and SNS do have stock, if you're tracking inventory, the system's not going to know that. So, but otherwise, it does update once a day, and it will pull the numbers directly from the supplier. So these numbers would be updated once per day if you did track from the supplier. So if it's just one product that you can track from, or if it's a product you can only order from one supplier, go ahead. It'll work just fine. You can also enforce from your own inventory. So if you check this on, you'll just select the colors here, and then you can enter your own quantities on hand. Just keep in mind, if I save this and we did run out of extra small in the antique gold, it's not going to block transactions from happening. It's just going to track the numbers here for you. So if you wanted to block transactions, you would have to manually click out of stock here. Cool. So everything we just went over was just setting it up so when the customer goes into the designer, they can get their price calculated automatically and then, check out, pay you. When it comes to you decorating a product and putting it up for sale in a store, it's a much simpler workflow than what we just went through. So let's say I want to decorate a product here in this store. You just go to the store you want to decorate the product in. You can close these out. And just go to Store Admin and click Create New. Alright, so what we're seeing here is all the products in Manage Products in our system, so everything in here. Everything that has a print region. So if a product has print regions and the status is active, of course, then you can access that product here and decorate it. So you don't even have to assign it to the store, it's just pulling everything from Manage Products. So let's just grab this 3600 and we'll click Add Color to select what colors we want to offer here. Let's do a royal. Okay, upload. You can do embroidery files here as well. So regardless if the embroidery option is checked on or off, you can still upload embroidery to a product. It doesn't change anything. We can also do print files, and what I would recommend using is Vector, any chance you get. And that's just because you get access to more features with Vector artwork. So we'll just grab this Inksoft logo. Okay, now that it's uploaded, you just click it and it pops into the product, and you can resize it and rotate it around. And then view colorways. So if I use Vector, we'll get access to colorways here. Whoops. If I use raster, it's going to say colorways not supported. So if you use a JPEG or a PNG, you're not going to get access to colorways. So let me see if I can find an example here. Here's a good one. So the gray little outline and the logo is kind of not visible on the green shirt here. So if we want to change the artwork just for this green shirt, we can. So we'll do view colorways and we'll create a new one. And we'll select the gray here. And let's just make it a bit darker just so we can see it. Done. Save. Now at this point we've got these two versions of the artwork on the right. So if I want to assign, you know, a specific version of artwork to a specific color, I just select the color here, so you can see it's selected here, it's outlined in blue, and then I choose the colorway. And now it sticks. So we might actually want to do it for the royal as well. And the other ones look good. So then we just create product, and it takes us right back here to the same menu. So if I wanted to decorate this one with, you know, different artwork, I just click it and go through the whole decoration process again. You know, you can search the SKUs you're looking for here as well. So let's see, and it also tallies up how many you've decorated up here in the top left. So we'll just go to next product details. And then on this page, if I had decorated more products, they would be listed here. I can then adjust all their names, the default colors. I can even change out the SKU if I want to. And then you'll put in a price. And then this little icon right here, override price per size, just click this open, and then you'll actually type in the price of your larger sizes here. So 27, 29, and then finish. Okay. So now that I've decorated this product, if I go to the store front, it's not going to be here. I mean, it looks like it is because I've done this a couple times, but it's not here, but it is in the store. So as a customer, if I want to view all products here, oops, I just went back. View all products. I search 3600. Here it is. And you can see the colorways kicking in just as we'd set it up. So if I want to display anything or change anything about the way the front page looks here, I'll just go to Style Editor and I'll click the blue plus sign, and I can add anything I want to the page in this list here. But as far as that specific Inksoft shirt goes, let's say we want to add it to this section here. I'll just click Manage Products. And then hit the plus sign here, and then I can click and drag to rearrange it. So we'll just hit done, and now we got the Inksoft shirt right here. So if I want to save it, I can just save and publish, and then it'll be displayed right here on the front page. So in Style Editor, you'll notice wherever I hover my mouse, I get a menu at the top of the section I'm in. So if I click Edit, it tells me what I just selected, and then I get a sub-menu for what I just selected here. So here's the header sub-menu. I can control, the stuff up here in the header. Here's a featured products component, and etc. So if I want to add something to the page, I use the blue plus sign. And we'll just go through these real quick. So fundraiser, if you see layout 1, layout 2, just note that they're all going to function and set up the same way. They're just going to look different. So fundraiser layout 1, start from scratch. And let's see, you can change the background color, you can change the primary color of the text, I believe. Let's see what this does. Oh, it's the progress bar. Cool. So you can upload a fundraiser image. So here's your recommended pixel dimensions and file types. Just keep in mind the fundraiser image will be in the background of this text here. And then if I click goal settings, either here or here, same thing. I can then set up if I want to do financial goal, a unit space goal, or leave it open-ended, but still all three of these would track the amount raised over here. So let's just say we're trying to set up a financial goal, trying to raise some money, and then you'll enter your goal here, and then customer payout metric. This is how you determine how the money gets added up to the amount raised over here. So you can do it based on a percentage of profit if you want to. So say 25% of your profits are going towards the fundraiser, or you could do a flat dollar amount per unit here. So you put $5 in, and then any item that's sold on the storefront will then add $5 to the fundraiser here. Just hit next. And then on this page, you just type in the description. You've got some text editing options here. Next again. And then, so if I just leave this set to no, set an end date to the fundraiser. If I just leave this set to no and hit done, the fundraiser is going to stay on the page until I decide to remove it. So it'll just be there forever until you get rid of it. Or if I click yes here, I can then set an end date to the fundraiser. Select a time and then a time zone. And then if I hit done again, then once this time comes to pass, it'll just remove the fundraiser from the page. Or if I want to, I can disable the store on the end date. Just check this on. Yes, disable store. And then you can also receive an email notification here. So you can just type in some email addresses here. You can do as many as you want to. And then to delete component, just use the trash can here. And also you can bump these up or down a spot on the page with these arrows. Boop. Trash can, yes, remove. And then next up is the content block. So it's really just a text entry box at first glance, but there are some other features that come along with it. So you've got your text editing options here at the top. You can insert links, you can insert images, you can attach links to images, and you can also put in video links. So we can't just upload a video file here, but it has to be hosted somewhere. So on YouTube or Vimeo, something like that. Just paste the URL here and you can autoplay it or not, and then just insert the video link. You do get to access to the embedded code, so after you put your link in here, you can see the embedded code, and you can adjust parameters like the width and height, pixel width and height of the video and stuff like that. And then also we have the code view here. So the code view does accept HTML code, so you just click code view, you can paste in your HTML here, click it again and done, and save it. And then you can get a little creative with your content block. And then call to action. This one's pretty simple. All it is just a traffic directing tool. So an example of how you might use this, if you have some stores outside of Inksoft that you want to put links to, you could say see our other stores up here, and you do have a subheading you can type more information into if you want to. So then we got primary button text and secondary button text here, so you can adjust what these buttons say. So if I wanted to link to store 1, store 2. And then primary link, you can paste a URL in here, and same with the secondary link. And so primary link is going to be attached to the primary button, secondary link to the secondary button. So if I pasted URLs in here and the customer then clicked these buttons, they'd be sent to the URLs that I pasted here. Let's see, featured products. So that's what we have right here. This is a featured product component. This is using layout 3, and I know that because it's got 3 products per row. If I click edit here, I can also change the layout. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 products per row. That's all that changes with the layouts, with the featured products. And then promo bar. So if you have a gift certificate code or something like that, or excuse me, a coupon code, you just throw it in the promo bar, and it scrolls down with you on the page, so it's always visible. So if you need to get some verbiage across to the customer, also you can use the promo bar for that. It's really good for just getting a message across. And then we've got the slideshow and hero space banner. So we'll go through both of these. Slideshow. So you can change the animation type here. You can do a fade or a slide. I prefer the fade, but that's just me. Rotation interval, this is how many seconds it's going to wait before it switches to the next slide. So you can change that here. You can also adjust your pixel height of the entire slideshow. And then for each slide, you can just upload your image here. Just click upload. Here's your recommended pixel dimensions and recommended file types. So this here is, it's not a requirement, it's just a guideline. So you just basically want to get close to this and it'll look nice, pretty much. So you upload your image here. You can also adjust your heading. You get a subheading here as well. And then button text. So as you can see in the slideshow, there's no button, but as soon as I start typing something in here, it then generates a button. And I also get a link then as well. So I can attach a link here. And then once I paste a link in here, if a customer clicked this button, they'd be sent to this link. And then you can have a unique link and button for each slide in your slideshow. Next is the hero space banner. So we'll do layout 2. I like layout 2 because it stretches the whole width of the page. I'll start from scratch. Here it is. This one is a lot more simplistic. You just upload your image here. Here's your guidelines, everything. And then for the link, you just paste a link in here. And then this entire banner, this entire banner would then become one giant clickable link if I pasted a URL in there. You just click anywhere on the banner and it'll take you to that link. Then we've got the countdown. This one works similarly to the fundraiser. So you can just put something in here, sale ending soon. Got a description if you want to. And just click manage end date. So similar to the fundraiser, just choose the day, a time, and then a time zone. And then once this comes to pass, it'll just remove the countdown component. And then if I want to, I can also close the store when this timer's up, and then receive an email notification, type the email addresses in here you want to be notified when the store closes. Oops. There we go. Trash can that. And then testimonials. Pretty easy. Got your heading, your subheading. You can change the background color if you want to. And then background image, if you want to do this, it'll just kind of replace your background color. Here's your recommended pixel dimensions. And then for each testimony, you can add an image of the person here. So 200 by 200, just upload their image. You can type in their name, their company name, a link to their company if you want to. These are optional. And then the quote is where you actually paste their review. And then you can add in as many additional people to your testimonies as you want. No, we'll go ahead and save that. Why not? Okay, and then we'll go to store admin. This is the last thing we'll do for this video. Store admin, store settings. And most of the stuff in here is pretty self-explanatory. but there's just a couple things we'll go over, and for the designer we'll actually go to a different store. Let's go to Flavortown. Designer, so you can turn the designer off or on in any store you want to, and then when it comes to making sure the orders, that are submitted are printable, or the artwork is usable, you can also require approval for designer orders. So if you want to approve orders before they actually land in your order manager, you can just turn this option on or off. If you don't want to do that, you can. So, and then design ideas and clip art. So this is where you can add in the artwork to the designer. So your artwork, your designer artwork is always housed in your main store. So if you want to offer the designer in another store, you'll then have to add the artwork from your main store. So you just click add here. Go to quality clothing. And then here's all the categories that I have for artwork. If I want to get really specific, I can. I just want bars and restaurants and automotive, or whatever I want here. I can select the artwork and then click add, and then I'll add the design ideas, and same exact thing for the clip art here. Go to quality clothing, and same stuff. Once I select it, just click add. You can also require vector artwork. So if you only work with vector artwork and you don't want customers submitting you raster, you can just check this on. Okay, and then production schedule. So when a customer places an order, if the production schedule is set to on demand, their estimate, which is calculated based on which shipping method they choose, their estimate is calculated starting from the day that they place the order. So for example, if I place an order today, and I chose, let's check my shipping here. It's just a custom shipping method, but they all work the same. So I have processing days 10, and then transit time 2 days. So what it's going to do, and generally what you'll see with other shipping methods, is a range here. So it'll say like 2 to 3 or 2 to 5 days. So what Inksoft would do then, if it said 2 to 5, is it's going to add 10 processing days to 5 transit days maximum. So it adds the processing days plus the days in transit maximum, and that's how it calculates the estimate. So if I was using a production schedule and it was set to on demand and I placed an order today, it'd be a 15 business day wait, so it'd be 3 weeks away from today. So my estimate would be October 5th if I place the order today. If I want to extend out the day that calculates their estimate, I can. So expected production date, that's what this is for. So say we're not going to start production until the 3rd of October. So if I set this to the 3rd, then any order that's placed between now and the 3rd starts calculating the estimate starting on the 3rd. So if I place an order today, my estimate would be 15 business days away from October 3rd, which would be October 24th. Cool. Checkout settings. So I actually don't have Stripe integrated, so I can't require payment, but this is where you can require customers pay you before they submit their order. You can also give them the option not to pay if you want to, or you can disable checkout entirely. So, disable payment entirely. So with customer payment disabled, they can still submit orders to you, they just can't pay you. So there's different use cases for that. If you want to turn off checkout entirely, you just toggle this e-commerce switch. And then store commission, we'll just turn this on. So if you're profit sharing with another customer, you can set up commission that will track each sale. It'll track a percentage of each sale. So basically, if I price an item at $20 and then I track a 25% commission, if someone purchases that $20 item, the system will track $5 from that sale. And then you can also reference that in a report back in the dashboard, which might as well just go to reports. So Inksoft Core reports. We'll go to, so order summary report just shows you one order per line. So it's not going to have the items in the order. If you want the items, you can do orders detail report, which we'll do here. And then just for example, all I do, it's really simple. You just select what you want to see in the report on the right. So the stuff that's checked off here is what's going to appear in the report. So say I want to see commission. Just check store commission, and then I can export the report into a CSV file, or I can save the report and it'll create a new tab up here so I can reference that report later. So it's really simple. Cool. So that's it for video 1. There's going to be one more video, maybe more than one more. We'll see. Thank you for watching.